The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions. Spin up the wood, Ronnie, of the past, present, and or future. And so we begin our horse racing adventure. Some of these will be on tape, and if you want to actually do some of these live, we will. And you can actually bet live on fake horse racing with fake money, not real money. So this is the road to Saratoga. About 10, we're going to pretend that we can run in Saratoga in the wintertime. But we start in California at Del Mar, built by celebrities. And these are all celebrity-based races. And so here we go. We took the top 100 horses of the 20th century. We put them into a hat. We let the computer select, and each racing day, which is going to be about once per fake month, I don't know how often we'll do this, we're going to run 6 races. And I'm not going to go through it. This will all be, you'll watch them and with the animation and that. So you'll watch me bet the horses. We'll go through them, just like if you watch the instructional video. So today's races, there are 6 on the card from Del Mar, and we're going to pretend this is in 1989. And they're all celebrity-based races, and each racing day, the stakes will be all the same. So today's races are all $250,000 races. And the reason why we're doing that is when we get to the nominations for the big thing, the Breeders' Cup at Saratoga, that's why this is called the Road to Saratoga. And for those of us who grew up in the Northeast, really, it is where the Horse Racing Hall of Fame is, and it deserves a Breeders' Cup. But that's just for not here nor there. So this is it. This is the start of it. And we'll do 10. The game really doesn't come with a lot of just 3-year-olds, and so there's going to be no Triple Crown per se, but we'll get there. So winners of some of these races and the best horses will get to the Road to Saratoga, and it starts at Del Mar in California. And so here's the field, or here's the racing lineup for you. The Bing Crosby Sprint. He's the one that built the track with Paramount Pictures, and so 5 furlongs and 3-year-old plus. And again, we're all doing this for $250,000 fake bucks. And then, who better to judge the lady horses than Groucho Marx? It's his distaff are going to run at 9 furlongs on the dirt fillies and mares 3-year-old plus. And then the bad girl of Hollywood from the time, Ava Gardner, we're going to run those 1 mile on the grass. 3-year-olds plus. And then the Bob Hope Mile, a mile on the dirt here at Del Mar, 8 furlongs. And then for those of you who like older horses and long races and maybe some chariot thingies, the Kirk Douglas Marathon, 1.5 miles, 12 furlongs, the farthest the race can go. And then finally the feature race on the card, the 6th race, the Clark Gable. Clark was a good big old gambler, and so 3-year-old plus will run it at the Kentucky Derby distance of 1.25 miles. And again, 12 runners and all these. I don't know what horses are here, okay? So it's going to be as good of a guess as mine as who we have here. But 72, there's 6 times 12 of the 100 greatest horses of all time are going to run today. Let's see what we got. And who's going to run here in this sprint race? We have 8:30 by Harry Richards. He's going to be the morning line of 8-1. Cicada by Billy Shoemaker at 9-1. Zev with Earl Sand, 6-1. Dr. Fager at 8-1. Raul Bazea is his jockey. Romer will go out of the 5-hole. Andy Schuttinger at 30-1, okay? Bewitch is in the 6th hole. Ray Workman, he's at 8-1. Old Rosebud, Johnny McCabe, 30-1. Some good value there. Forgo, that's one you should know. Heliodoro Gustines is on him. He's on 8-1. Armed with Doug Dodson at 9-1. Devona Dale with Jorge Velasquez in the irons at 11-1. Cold Town by Steve Brooks is the favorite. He's 5-1. And Silver Charm with Gary Stevens on the ride is at 6-1. So We're going to go one horse to go across the board. And do I do Cicada at 9? I think I'm going to do Cicada at 9-1. So Cicada across the board for 2. My Quinella. Now, I was told by Lon not to box these. Okay, fine. I will go with... Who's the power horses here? Dr. Fager and Coletown. And I'll do $2. Now, a trifecta. I'll box this one. So I'll go 4, 11, and I've got Cicada. So it's a $6 bet for that. So any combination of 4, 11, and 2. And my superfecta, $1 bet. 4, 11, 2. And I'll go with Silver Charm. 12. Shh, we'll box it. We'll box it. $24. We'll box it. All right. So those are my bets. So I've got, I think, $30, $40 in bets. Okay. We ready? In the Red Silks is 8:30. He goes off at 9-1. Cicada with that bet goes to 8-1. He's in the whites on the second. Zev now becomes part of 3 co-favorites. Earl Sands' run is now 5-1. He's in the blue. Dr. Fager at 8-1. He's in the gold and black number 4. Romer goes to 26-1. He's in the number 5 position. Bewitch goes in at 6. He's in my high school colors of black and gold at 8-1. Old Rosebud, number 7, 34-1. 4 go and armed, kind of a field entry. 8 and 9 go in at 9-1. Devona Dale, the Velasquez ride, goes in at 10-1. Coletown at 5-1 is part of the 3 favorites. And then Silver Charm, the Gary Stevens ride, is 12-1. And so the big power horse here, watch 4 go. And the best pace horse, I'm looking at the 12s, Zev, Dr. Fager, Romer, Old Rosebud, and Coletown. So 5 furlongs here.
They are at the gate.
And
They're all in line.
Lon gets them started.
They're off.
Yeah, they're off. It will be Dr. Fager, Romer, along with the 3 outside horses as they come through. Dr. Fager is off to the good start. Romer is in second. Dr. Fager moves to the inside. Everyone's within a length with 4 furlongs to go on this sprint. So Dr. Fager, Romer, Devona Dale, and Coletown, along with Silver Charm. Good start for Old Rosebud. Then Zev armed 8:30 Cicada. Bewitch and 4 go. The back. 4 furlongs to go. Dr. Fager now gets off to a better start as Rome goes behind. Devona Dale moves up with Coletown. And Zev right behind. There's no changes here as we hit the 3 furlong. We're halfway on the turn now as we hit the 3 furlong mark. It is again Dr. Fager by about half a length over Devona Dale. Silver Charm and Zev making a move. And then Coletown 8:30. Then Romer, Old Rosebud, Bewitched, 4 go. Armed and Cicada are dead last. They're going to need a big finish. Here's Dr. Fager. Silver Charm starts to make a move on the outside as we hit the top of the stretch. Silver Charm gets past Avona Dale. Dr. Fager looking for a wire-to-wire win here in the Crosby. Silver Charm on the outside. And down the stretch they come.
They're at the top of the stretch.
It'll be Dr. Fager by a length over Silver Charm. The Devona Dale one behind there. Zev and 830 is next. Coletown's going to need some help. And then Forgo, Arm, Bewitch, Old Rosebud, Fading, Cicada. Glad I box bet him. And Romer is the long shot. So 2 furlongs to go, and here comes Silver Charmed. And Coletown coming along the outside. Silver Charmed is in the lead. Dr. Fager starting to fade. Coletown is looking for a show here. And then on the inside is 830 pushing Dr. Fager. Dr. Fager's got some life. He drank some Dr. Pepper. Dr. Fager and Silver Charm, and I think it's going to be a photo finish. I think Dr. Fager nipped Silver Charm at the line. We're going to see. Are we going to get a photo for the win? Yes, it is. Silver Charm and Dr. Fager for a photo finish, and it's Dr. Fager. He faded down the stretch but came back, and he beat Silver Charm by a nose. 830 with a great close finishes third for the place, and Coletown in fourth. One of the co-favorites, really only a length back, and we ran the 5 furlongs in 55 and 1, or 55.23. And so Dr. Fager pays $18.80 to win, $9 to place, and $6 to show. You know what? Didn't I have that? Wow. Silver Charm, $7 to place, and $5 to show, and 830 plays. $6.60 to show, and my faith in the Bill Shoemaker horse didn't really make it. He finished in 10th. So the Quinella pays off at $30.70. The Exacta pays off at $114.80. The Trifecta at $879.80. And the Superfecta, if a $1 bet, pays $5,219.30. So Dr. Fager wins the sprint. And I lost all the races. I didn't get a blessed thing. So, nope. I think it had an error there and showed the wrong things. So, no winnings for me at all. And I'll just go to the road to Saratoga. So, $38, and I lost $38. Good start to the year for me, huh? So Dr. Fager wins that one. And now we go to the ladies and the Groucho Marx Distaff. So this will be a 9 furlong run here. 150,000 for the winner, 50,000 for second. Third place pays 25,000 to the winning horse, 12,500 for fourth, 7,500 for fifth, and 5,000 for sixth. And so here are the 12 that we have in the field. Top Flight, Ray Workman's will be the number 1 horse. She goes off at 10 to 1. Busher, John Longden's horse, goes off at 7 to 2. Affectionately, Ismael Valenzuela at 12 to 1. Genuine Risk out of the 4-hole. Well, you can bet her at 12 to 1. Ruffian, 9 to 1. Not the favorite, but she should be pretty well. Ralph Neves will ride her. And Go for Wand is also at 9 to 1. One of 3 horses at 9 to 1. The favorite, by the way, is Busher at 7 to 2. Artful, the number 7 horse, Eugene Hildebrand, at 10 to 1. Dahlia by Lester Piggott, she's a long shot in the field. She's 20 to 1. Belle Dame, Frank O'Neill's horse, is in the 9th spot, and she'll go off at 12 to 1. Second favorite is Personal Ensign at 9 to 2. Randy Romero will ride her. Susan's Girl, Lafayette Pinkay Jr. at 10 to 1. And last but not least is Twilight Tear at 9 to 1. I like Ruffian, so we'll go her across the board at $2. Now the Quinella, Busher and Personal Ensign. Well, the power horses, I didn't get that right the last time. I'm looking at 24s. I'm going to go with Busher and Personal Ensign. So we'll go 210. $1. The Exacta. And we'll box that one. The Trifecta. And I went Ruffian. We'll box that one. And then the Super. And really, if I win $5,000 on a $6 bet, I'm not, or $24 bet, I'm not that upset about that. Okay, so I've got 210.5. Who else do I like in this? I'm gonna go with Top Flight. Power rating at 24. She can go the furlongs here. We're going 9. And at 10 to 1, I like those odds. So that's my $40. Let's see how poorly I do this time around. So we've had some rain because the track is not fast. She's listed as good. We go 9 furlongs. It's the length of the Preakness, by the way. Top Flight remains at 10 to 1. She boards in the 1 slot. Busher at 7 to 2, and the White Silks goes in the number 2. Affectionately 12 to 1. And the 3, Genuine Risk at 14 to 1. That's a surprise. It rides the number 4. Ruffian goes in at 5 at 8 to 1. Go for One was 8 to 1 in the morning line. She's 10 to 1 now at 6. Artful at 9 to 1 in the 7. Dahlia, the long shot in the field at 38 to 1. Belle Dame in the Carolina Blue at 9. Personal Ensign now is not the second favorite behind Busher at 5 to 1. She boards in the 10. Susan's Girl, that'll be my cousin Jenny, as a matter of fact, and goes in the gray at 11 at 7 to 1, and Twilight Tear at 7 to 1. The last to go in, 9 furlongs. Take us away, Lawn.
They're at the gate. They're all in line. And they're off.
And they are indeed off. A bad start for Dahlia. It'll be Susan's Girl, Affectionately, and Ruffian with a good start. Affectionately out by a head as we get to the 6 furlong thing. As we hit the top of the turn here, it'll be Affectionately with Ruffian. Go for One and Artful. Susan's Girl all in the same spot. Dahlia is still in the race. She just got off to a really bad break. She's a full 3 lengths off the pace. Genuine Risk, Belle Dame, Personal Ensign the favorite, and Twilight Tear are kind of trailing here. Top Flight and Busher the favorite in that second group. So Affectionately, Ruffian now making a move on the inside, along with Go for One. In fact, Go for One sticks her head out here, halfway on the turn. Susan's Girl and Go for One are now the lead. They now push to the outside as we got some pushing and shoving going on. It's going to be Go for One and Susan's Girl on the middle of the turn. Ruffian is third. Affectionately falls back to 4th. With Top Flight, then Artful, Busher, Twilight Tear, Belle Dame, Genuine Risk, a good length and a half back, Personal Ensign, and Dahlia's out there for a Central Park stroll because she's not going to do anything here. So now midway on the turn, it's go for Wand and Susan's Girl. Ruffian moves on the inside but can't get any rooms. Go for Wand and Susan's Girl are neck and neck as we hit the top of the stretch. Genuine Risk starting to make a move along with the favorite Busher, but it's go for Wand and Susan's Girl.
Top of the stretch.
So whose cuisine will reign supreme? Go for Wand and Susan's Girl. McCabe and Pinkai Jr. They have the whip out, and go for Wand makes her move. Susan's Girl starting to fade. Busher moves along the outside now along with Artful, but go for Wand, and now here's Susan's Girl has found some burst. It's Susan's Girl who passes go for Wand. Susan's Girl is going to win. Go for Wand edges out Genuine Risk and Personal Ensign, and those are going to be your money makers. And Dahlia remembered to show up at the end of the race. It's a photo between Personal Ensign and Genuine Risk, but Susan's Girl at 7-1 will win it. Go for Wand at 10-1 finishes 2.5 back. She led for most of the race, and then Personal Ensign a half length back, and then Genuine Risk by a nose for fourth. The times 1:45 and 4 for the 9 furlongs, or 1:45.81 for those of you in decimal. But Susan's Girl at 7-1 is going to pay you $17.80. 9 to place and $5.80 to show, and that's pretty fast on what is now considered a good track in the rain here. Susan's Girl got a great last run, and so did Artful, along with Beldam and Busher. Dahlia closed very well. Ruffian well back in the field. So Lafayette Pinkai Jr. going to win this one by 2.5 over Go for Wand. Personal Ensign. Genuine Risk was fourth. Top Flight fifth. Then Artful, Beldam, Busher, Twilight Tear, Ruffian. Never was her day. Affectionately, and Dahlia. So Susan's Girl, $17.80 to win, 9 to place, and $5.80 to show. Go for Wand, 11 for place, and $6.80 to show, and Personal Ensign at $4.80. Quinella, 11 and 6, pays $52.30. The Exacta pays $225.60. The Trifecta, $946.20, and a $1 Superfecta would have paid you $12,706.80. And how did Uncle Ron do? Uncle Ron lost it all. So far, I've spent 79 fake bucks, and I've lost it all, which is why Uncle Ron doesn't bet the ponies. Well, don't take my advice. So Susan's Girl wins the Groucho Marx Distaff, and so now we're going to run around the grass, which Ava Gardner, I think, did a time or two in her day. So this is a turf race. And so let's meet the 12. Reaver Ridge is in this race, a native diver. How about, so some really good horses here as we run 1 mile on the turf. Bald Eagle at 6-1 is not the favorite. Joel Notter will ride him. Foolish Pleasure, Jacinto Vasquez at 15-1. Ack! Manny Akaza's horse at 11-1. Sword Dancer, a child of Native Dancer. Eddie Arcaro at 15-1. That's the morning line. Swaps, Bill Shoemaker at 12-1. Buck Passer, Brian Bazaya, and remember, he won with Dr. Fager in the first race of the day. Riva Ridge, Ronnie Turcotte at 15-1. Far Lap, with Jim Pike on board, is the favorite at 3-1. Native Diver, his sibling Sword Dancer, is in the race. Jerry Lambert at 15-1. If not, I'm sure you'll tell me. Lure at 4-1. Mike Smith, Jerry Bailey on the Aged Cigar is 11 to 1. And then Damascus, one of the best horses of all time. Pat Day will ride that one at 9 to 1. Now, who do I take in my betting window bet? Who am I going to box here? Do I bet against Ronnie Turcotte? 15 to 1. I don't like the power, though. I'm going to go Damascus. So I'm going to go Damascus across the board. Now, my Quinella. Don't feel real confident in any of these. I like... I like the long... Oh, Native Diver's power isn't very good. Let's go Cigar. And we'll go Buck Passer. The Exacta. Trifecta. And I got Damascus. Really should show more faith in Damascus than that. And the Super. Do I bet Farlap or Lure? I'll go Farlap. So there you go. There's my fake 40 bucks here. So the Ava Gardner Turf Classic, we've bet everything we're going to do. It is a firm track, which is what you want, so there'll be some good speed. And so let's put these horses in. Bald Eagle moves up to 6 to 1 as they enter the 1 slot. Foolish Pleasure at number 2 will go off at 17 to 1. Ak by Akaza at 12 to 1. In the Blue Silks at number 3. Sword Dancer in the 4 hole at 14 to 1. Swaps doesn't get much love at 15 to 1. It is a shoemaker horse. Buck Passer at 9 to 1 goes in at 6. Riva Ridge at 16 to 1. Ronnie Turcotte lost some odds between the morning line and now. Far Lap is the favorite at 3 to 1. And the Pinks will go in at number 8. Native Diver at 17 to 1 at 9. Lure, the second favorite at 7 to 2. And then Cigar and Damascus. Ooh, I didn't bet that one well at all, did I? Are in at 12 to 1 and 10 to 1, respectively. 1 mile on the dirt.
They're at the gate. They're all in line.
And the Ava Gardner Classic. Native Diver with a good start. Native Diver now, the 9 horse, moves to the inside. Swaps in second. Ak in third. Cigar hanging on for fourth. Damascus is kind of jittery out there. Native Diver out to a 1-length lead as we start the top of the turn. And it swaps Ak and Cigar with Riva Ridge, Sword Dancer, and Damascus in the next group. Far Lap, the favorite, Foolish Pleasure, and Lure kind of hanging out there, 2.5 back. Buck Passer just a half step behind them, and then Bald Eagle is out for a Sunday stroll. And dead last, Native Dancer is now, as we start the top of the turn, has a comfortable lead. Sword Dancer makes a move, swaps Lure as Ak moves back, but Native Dancer running a very comfortable pace. And as we hit now the halfway point on the turn, Damascus and Lure make a move, but Native Diver with a full-length lead over Sword Dancer, Damascus and Lure. Then swaps, Cigar and Buck Passer a half step back, then Ak, Riva Ridge, the favorite, Far Lap, better make a move sooner. That's not going anywhere. Foolish Pleasure, and then Bald Eagle. Native Dancer now on the back of the... As we're coming to the top of the stretch, Damascus now trying to move to the outside. He's in second. Lure, Sword Dancer, Cigar, and Farlap making a move on the outside, but Damascus nudges Native Diver. Damascus now at the top of the stretch is about a half length back.
Top of the stretch.
So Native Diver, Damascus, and Lure. Cigar, Farlap with a great quarter, 2 furlongs there. Swaps Buck Passer Ekak, by the way, has moved into last place. So here we go. Damascus makes a huge move, and so does Cigar. Damascus with a whip. It's going to be Damascus. I don't think anyone's catching Damascus now. Sword Dancer coming. Lure comes in the outside, but this is going to be Damascus's romp on the grass. Lure with a late move. It will not be enough. Damascus, Lure, and Sword Dancer just over Buck Passer. And Riva Ridge finishes last. So Damascus at 10-1 wins. Lure at 7-2. The distance was a length and a half. Damascus pays 23.20 to win. Lure, Sword Dancer, and then Buck Passer. The time 1:33 and 28 in decimal, and 1:33 and 1 if you're into fractions. So Damascus, the Pat Day entry, 23.20 to win, 10 to place, and 6.80 to show. The Quinella pays 28.50, 12 and 10. Sword Dancer, Eddie Arcaro, 8.20 to show. The Exacta, 105.40 on a $2 bet. The Trifecta, $1,013.40. And the Superfecta, 12, 10, 4, and 6 pays off at 91.02 and 40. Riva Ridge just didn't really have it there. 5th on the start and then finishes dead last. But Pat Day on Damascus wins by a length and a half over Lure and Sword Dancer with Buck Passer. Good run for Bazea in 4th. And hey, I got Damascus across the board for $40. So I've only lost $80 today. So I made some money back on the Ava Gardner Turf Classic. The Quinella, I didn't get anything else, but there you go. So Damascus I believed in, and Damascus won me $40. So I've only lost $80 on the day. Isn't that nice? So 120 to lose 80. Sounds like me regularly at a casino. The third race, or the fourth race on the card, the Bob Hope Mile. So only 3-year-olds here. There are not many 3-year-olds to run. And so 1 mile, the dirt is fast, is what we're being told. And so let's meet the field. Oh, Man of War and Secretariat here. Oh, we're going to have a duel. And at 10-1, I'm taking Secretariat across the board. And by the way, $6 won me 40. Bemelic, Fred Smith at 30-1 in the morning line is first. And we're now saying the track is muddy. So it's a muddy race. Rain here at Del Mar. Amazing that happens in the desert. Majestic Prince, William Hartack will ride him at 30-1. Allsap, Basil James at 8-1. Sissenby at 8-1. Man of War, 4-1 in this duel of Triple Crown winners. Count Fleet, John Logden at 9-1. Colin, Walter Miller at 5-1. Gallant Fox, Earl Sands had a decent day. He's at 9-1. Johnstown, the number 9 horse at 15-1. Bill Shoemaker's on Northern Dancer at 8-1. Ronnie Turcotte's on Secretariat. Did not give his horse a good run on the grass. Let's see what he can do in the mud. At 10-1 and 20 grand. Charles Kurt Singer. Remember, that was one of my English professors in college at 8-1. So Secretariat gets the across-the-board bet. The Quinella for Man of War. I'm going to go Secretariat here. Believe in my horse. $2 exacta. The trifecta. 5 and 11. Now, who do I go with? Man of War? No, I did that already. Wow. I'm gonna go with Colin. And the superfecta. I'm gonna go with. Done all the 25 forces. Let's go with Count Fleet. So, Secretariat across the board. Man of War and Secretariat for my Quinella. The Exacta are the same too. Anyway, Trifecta, we'll add Colin to it in the Superfecta box. Man of War, Secretariat, Colin, and Count Fleet. That's my $40. The Bob Hope Mile in the slop. By Melick moves to 26-1. He goes in a little bit dirty, a little bit sweaty. Nostrils are flaring, good things. Majestic Prince slides in the number 2 stall at 20-1. Allsop moves up to 7-1. He goes in at third. Sisonby at 8-1. Man of War and Colin now are your favorites. Man of War goes in the 5-hole at 9-2. Or 4.5-1. Count Fleet at 8-1. He is safely in. Colin at 9-2. The number 7 horse. Gallant Fox at 8-1. Johnstown at 20-1 goes in. Northern Dancer. I never usually bet against Bill Shoemaker, but we will now. Secretariat in the gray at 12-1. Remember, we've had a horse win out of the 11 hole already, and 20 grand is now 6-1.
They are at the gate. They're all in line. And they're off.
And they're off, and it's a good start for Man of War and Johnstown. Man of War tries to move on the inside. He's got a head on Johnstown and Count Fleet. Secretariat, not the world's best start. Sisonby and Man of War, as we start along the turn, are on the inside, and they are neck and neck. Johnstown is third, Count Fleet fourth, and then Beimlich and Colin about a length behind. Then it's Secretariat, Gallant Fox, 2 off the pace, Majestic Prince, Alsab, and 20 grand. Not a great start. He's got about 3 lengths to make up. They start on the turn. Man of War moves out in front. Count Fleet and Sisonby are second and third. Johnstown tries to keep pace here in the mud. Beimlich trying to go something now. Halfway through the turn almost. Man of War opens up a little bit of a lead. Count Fleet and Northern Dancer trying to move up along the outside. Man of War half a length over Count Fleet by Beimlich, Northern Dancer. And then a whole bunch of horses kind of boxed in. See if Secretariat can make a move. 20 grand remains in last. So on the now the back half of the turn, as we head towards the top of the stretch, it's Man of War with Count Fleet, Northern Dancer. Allsop tries to find some room on the outside, but it's Man of War wire to wire here in the Bob Hope Mile so far as we hit the top of the stretch. And so Man of War by 2 spots over Count Fleet. Northern Dancer is tied with there. Allsop and Beimlich coming next. Gallant Fox, Majestic Prince, Sisonby, Colin. This doesn't look like Secretariat's day. Johnstown has gone all the way to last. And so here we go. Northern Dancer makes a move past Man of War. Northern Dancer, and here comes Beimlich. And 20 grand as Man of War fades down the stretch. All Sab at 7-1 has got the whip out. It's going to be All Sab here over Northern Dancer, and then Show As Anybody's race. Man of War with a good finish here to finish third, and then 20 grand for fourth. Johnstown is going to finish dead last. And so the big roll was All Sab. Then Northern Dancer at 9-1. The distance was 2 lengths. Man of War 4 back of All Sab at third. And then 20 grand 5 back. The time of the mile in the mud 1:32.01. And if you're a believer in the fractions, that's 1:32 and flat. So All Sab pays $16.60 to win. $8.40 to place and $5.40 to show. Northern Dancer, $10.40 to place and $6.40 to show. And Man of War, $4.20 to show. The $1 Quinella, $57.90. The Exacta, $2.23 and $40. Trifecta, $3.10 and $5. Pages $7.83 and $60. And the Superfecta, $51.56 and $80. So Secretariat got some room at the end of the race, but just really was never a factor here on a rainy day in Southern California. It never rains in Southern California, but girl, when it pours, man, it pours. And did Ron win anything? No. Nope, Ron did not win anything. So now my losses are now $121. So I guess I bet 41 for that. Okay, we're doing great so far, aren't we? So don't take Uncle Ron's betting advice. Next up, the senior citizen race, the Kirk Douglas Marathon. If you can do 100 sit-ups at 100 years old, you can run 1.5 miles here. And so let's meet the horses that will do that as I take a drink. And boy, do we have some firepower in this race. Sunbow, 8-1. Frank Coltaletti will ride that one. Devil Diver, Ted Atkinson at 7-1. Aladard, 15-1. Jorge Velasquez will ride him. Seattle Slew, Jean Cruget at 8-1. Not the favorite, by the way. We'll get to that. Spectacular Bid with William Shoemaker on board at 12-1. Exterminator hopes to exterminate the field at 15-1. Slew O Gold. So we have a father-son in this race. He's actually at 9-1. Angel Cordero Jr. will ride him. Omaha, that must be the Manning's horse. Willie Smoky Saunders will ride him at 10-1. War Admiral is the favorite. Again, Charles Kurtzinger at 9-2. Chris McCarron rides John Henry at 15-1. Nashua at 5-1 with Eddie Arcaro. And then Assault with Warren Mertens at 6-1. So we're going to box bet Nashua. And my Quinella is going to be Nashua. I like Nashua's chances here. And Spectacular Bid. And so we'll box that one. Trifecta. Can I really bet against Seattle Slew? Oops. No. No, I can't. And I'll take Aladar now at 20-1. So that will be there. So I like Nashua. So those are my bets. Please don't bet accordingly. And of course, it's all fake money anyway. So 1.5 miles on the dirt. And I'm assuming, nope. So the jet dryers came out, dried the track. We're going to go with a fast track, and as we come in, here's how they go enter. 7-1 is Sunbow. He goes into the number 1 stall. Devil Diver at 6-1. Didn't get any love from me, but I'm not calling him a scrub. He goes in at 2. Aladar at 20-1, the longest shot in the field. And again, remember, if you're not familiar with him, he had those 3 duels with the Firmed in the 78 Triple Crown year and lost them all. He goes in at 3. Seattle Slew at 10-1 goes in on the 4. Spectacular Bid at 5 is in. Exterminator. Exterminate, exterminate, destroy, destroy. 15-1, he's in the 6 hole. Slew O Gold, a father-son combination, 10-1. He goes in at 7. Omaha with the pink silks at 8-1. War Admiral remains the favorite at 9-2, and I didn't bet him at all. John Henry at 18-1 goes in at 10. Nashua 6-1, so he did get some love from the bettors. And 11 and Assault, the last one in at 8-1. Start us off, Lon.
They're at the gate. They're all in line. And they're off.
And they're off in Seattle Slew with a great jump. And it's going to be Spectacular Bid in second. Nashua and War Admiral alongside. But Seattle Slew with a tremendous start as we hit the top of the turn. Seattle Slew maybe by a full length and a half. Nashua, Spectacular Bid, and War Admiral. And in fact, yeah, it's a length and a half in the lead. Devil Divers, Sunbow, and Slew of Gold. Sun can't keep up to Pop. He's 2.5 back. Aladar, Exterminator, Assault, Omaha, and John Henry in the back of the pack. Seattle Slew as we take the turn. Devil Diver making a move. Spectacular Bid does get some separation for second as War Admiral and Nashua would fade back in the pack. Slew of Gold does well, but Seattle Slew halfway through the turn is going to be your leader with Spectacular Bid in second. War Admiral moves up to third. The lead now is a length and a half. Then it's Nashua, Devil Diver, Slew of Gold, Exterminator, Assault, Sunbow, John Henry, Aladar, I should have known better, and Omaha. So no audibles yet for the Mannings here. Seattle Slew now halfway on the turn, continues to lead Spectacular Bid. Nashua on the outside starts to make a bid, and here comes John Henry. But Seattle Slew looking to go wire to wire here. Nashua way outside makes a move, and so does John Henry. So it's going to be Seattle Slew, Spectacular Bid.
They're at the top of the stretch.
Thank you, and then Nashua. But Seattle Slew has a big lead. In fact, he's got 12 spots over Nashua and John Henry. That's going to be a lot to overcome. Aladar is in dead last. So here's Slew at the top of the stretch. Spectacular Bid is trying to make a move. Omaha now gets some stinks going, but Seattle Slew's going to win this one wire to wire. Well, Spectacular Bid's got something, but he'd have to come up with a lot. Seattle Slew is going to win this. Spectacular Bid is going to get rushed by Assault and Nashua. Spectacular Bid's going to... Oh, it's a wire shot. Nashua is fourth. John Henry, Omaha. And we'll get to the rest of the field, but it's Seattle Slew by a ton. Assault and Spectacular Bid for the photo, and it's Assault. So Seattle Slew runs the 1.5 miles in 2:24.07 or 2:24 flat. And to tell you, that is a 7-length win over Assault, who beat out Spectacular Bid by a nose, and then Nashua at 6-1 finished fourth. Thank you. So Seattle Slew, 22 to win, 1080 to place, and 720 to show. I don't think I bet him. Assault, Spectacular Bid, good run for Nashua. John Henry closed well. Omaha was 12th at one point and then finished 6th. Sunbow, Slew of Gold, Devil Diver, War Admiral, the favorite, faded down the stretch, and we won't talk about Aladar. The Quinella 52.90, The Exacta of Seattle Slew and Assault, 205 on a $2 bet. The Trifecta, add spectacular bid, and that will pay you $15.94 and a dime. And if you have the Superfecta, $1 pays you $11,046.80. And how'd I do? I think I lost them all, right? Yep, lost them all. I've won one bet today. I had Damascus on the grass. So, all right. Again, so the last race of the day is the Clark Gable 3-year-old plus. This is the Kentucky Derby distance at 10 furlongs. This should be the showcase race of the day, but the computer selects all that. So let's meet these horses. Native Dancer. Sunday Silence. Oh, we got the duel. We got Sunday Silence and Easy Goer on a 1.25 miles on a supposedly fast track. All right, let's meet him. Native Dancer, Eric Guerin at 6-1. He's a number 1 horse. Bold Ruler, Eddie Arcaro at 4-1, and that's the favorite, by the way. And the number 2, Holy Bull, 8-1. Hill Prince by Bill Shoemaker at 12-1. Sunday Silence, 89 Preakness, if you must know, 8-1. Pat Valenzuela will ride him. Discovery, John Bezak at 15-1. Tom Fool at 6-1. Easy Goer at 5-1, second favorite. Arts and Letters, Raul Bazea. Remember, he's won a race today. 12-1, Brazea, not Arts and Letters. Equipoise by Ray Workman at 9-1. Fort Marcy at 15-1. And Earl Sand will ride Sarrazin, the longest shot of the day, at 30-1. I'm going to go... I haven't got any of these right. Let's do Easy Goer. And you gotta do Easy Goer and Sunday Silence on the Quinella. Just for history. Do I like Bold Ruler? Arcaro's won today, I think. So I'll go Bold Ruler in the Trifecta. And now for my Cornell. Oops. Hit the right button. Do I go Native Dancer? Or Tom Fool? I'll go with Native. Actually, Bold Rule and Holy Rule aren't good 12 furlong races. That's what that range is. I'm going to go with Native Dancer. So that's my bets. We'll see. 12 furlongs on the dirt. For the Clark Gable, $250,000 race, and the last race of the day, and then we'll show you the horse and jockey rankings. And call it a stream. The track is fast. You can do whatever you want, bringing all these dead celebrities back. Native Dancer at 6-1 goes in the number 1 hole. Bold Ruler at 7-2 is your favorite. He is in at 2. Holy Bull at 9-1. Slides in the 3-star. Hill Prince, not much love for him at 16-1. Sunday Silence is 7-1. He goes in at 5. He's in the green silks. Discovery at 15-1. Tom Fool at 7-1. Easy Goer at 5-1 in the pink. Number 8, Arts and Letters. Number 9 in the Carolina Blue at 12-1. Equipoise at 10-1. Fort Marcy at 17-1, and Saracen last in the gate at 27-1. Take us away, Lon.
They're at the gate. They're all in line. And they're on.
And Sarah's in Holy Bull, and Tom Fool with a good start. Sunday Silence also gets away with a good one. Saracen fades back a bit. It's going to be Holy Bull, Sunday Silence, and Tom Fool, along with Bold Ruler, as we hit the top of the turn. Holy Bull, but one spot over Tom Fool and Bold Ruler. Sunday Silence is fourth. Easy Goer, not a great start. Let's see if he can get the finish here. Fort Marcy is in last place. Sarah's in a decent start. And so Holy Bull, Tom Fool, Bold Ruler, and Sunday Silence all within a length of each other as they start the turn. Sunday Silence gets behind Holy Bull. Tom Fool doesn't make a move. Equipoise and Hill Prince kind of slide up in that group, but it's a pretty relaxed pace as we go through the midway part of the turn. Holy Bull remains in front. It'll be Tom Fool in second. Bold Ruler is in third. Sunday Silence and Hill Prince, and then Equipoise, and they're all within a length of each other. Even Sierra's in a dead last. Isn't too bad. Halfway home on the turn. It's still Holy Bull. Tom Fool running a decent pace. Sunday Silence fades just a touch. Fort Marcy with the move. Tom Fool trying to get on the inside. Holy Bull now, as we hit the top of the stretch, is right along the rail with Bold Ruler. Holy Bull and
They're at the top of the stretch.
And Tom Fool, and down the stretch they come. We're not going to get the Easy Goer Sunday Silence duel. Let's see what Holy Buller can do. Now, Bold Ruler moves to the inside and takes the lead. Tom Fool on the outside. Hill Prince, as Holy Bull now fades, they're bumping around. Fort Marcy has some room, but Bold Ruler is probably going to win this unless Fort Marcy, here comes Tom Fool. Bold Ruler is going to win the Gable. Tom Fool second, Fort Marcy third, Hill Prince fourth, and Saracen's going to earn that last place at 27-1. And so Bold Ruler at 7-2, he was the favorite. Yeah, he was. So a very, very fast 159.81 or 159.4, if you will. Tom Fool a length and a half back. Then Fort Marcy and Hill Prince, the two long shots, in third and fourth. So $9.60 to win for Bold Ruler, $5.20 to place, and $4 to show. Tom Fool $7.60 and $5.40. Fort Marcy $9.60. The 2-7 Quinella pays you $21.30. The Exacta paid $85.80. You add Fort Marcy in the trifecta, and a $1 bet will pay you $662. And if you had the superfecta, good for you, $98.47.40. So the long shots were indeed, well, Fort Marcy and Hill Prince had good races. So we'll leave that up there for a second. The speed index of 110. That's a fast mile and a quarter. And you know I didn't win any money, right? Yeah, I lost 200. I lost all but one bet today. 33 bets, and I went 1 for 33. That's pretty good. So that's the betting thing there. You ready to see how the season summary is? So after one meet day, Dr. Fager, Seattle Slew, Damascus, Bold Ruler, Susan's Girl, and all Sab won our 6 races. Eddie Arcaro, Bazella had 3 rides. They had 1 win. Kruget won his Mountain. Lafayette Pinkai won his Junior. Pat Day and James. Bill Shoemaker had 5 rides and didn't win anything today. Eddie Arcaro is the leading jockey. 187,500 earnings. Bazea is second. You see the fastest times. And so that's the horse rankings and 6 championship points. And so we'll leave those up there. All right, we'll do this again in a few weeks. I enjoyed this as the road to Saratoga continues. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you the next time.